You may have seen some people in their bedrooms making cold calls, and after multiple failures, they get into a groove and end up closing a deal. So how do they do this, and how can you do this yourself? This is exactly what Crede asked in our Growth Club community, free on school. And if you're not in Growth Club already, what are you waiting for? Links are in the descriptions. It's absolutely free. How do I master cold calls? So let's talk about it. Why am I qualified to speak on cold calling in the first place? Well, I've built a 7-figure SMMA and continue to run it to this day with my business partner, David Schlace, a business which the foundation was built on the backs of cold calls. I made thousands of cold calls myself, not only building this SMMA, but working as an enterprise sales reps for one of the largest marketing firms in the country. Prior to that job, I was making 100 dials a day for a recruitment firm. And thinking back, the first time I made anything happen for myself in life was when I had the courage to pick up the phone. I was fresh out of college looking for internship opportunities, and I was applying, I was sending emails and hearing nothing back from companies. Fortunately, my dad had some entrepreneurial sense and was like, why are you wasting your time just waiting around sending emails? You can see the website has a phone number, pick up the phone and give him a call. So as nervous as I was, I picked up the phone, I got the interview, and I landed the job. You can make posts on Instagram, you can send a bunch of emails, DMs, hope for somebody to respond and reach out to you that gladly wants to work with you, or you can take destiny into your own hands and pick up the phone. And realize this, you're not gonna be making cold calls forever. 10 years from now, you're not gonna be picking up the phone and trying to convince local businesses to work with your agency. For example, right now, we get a ton of business from ads that we run and referrals from doing good work. You're probably not in a position to do either of those things right now because you have no results to show for, maybe no advertising dollars to spend. And at the end of the day, you need to make money. So this is the gatekeeper to make things happen for your agency, not next week, not next month, but immediately. And I get it, you've probably dialed up a number before of a local business. You're staring at the phone, waiting to hit that green intimidating button. But I'm here to demystify this whole thing for you, give you some rules and some skill sets to make this process a whole lot easier. So step one, let's lower the expectations of cold calling. You've probably built it up in your mind as this big scary thing. It's simple, it's not that complicated, so let's break it down. The goal is not for you to pick up the phone and one call close somebody. You might feel like you need to be a Grant Cardone out there, twisting people's arms and closing deals, but that's not the goal of the cold call. So what is the goal of the cold call? For cold calling, the goal is not to close a deal. It's simply to set the next appointment so you can have what's called a discovery call. All you're trying to do with the cold call is generate some surface level interest, enough interest so you can book that next discovery call, where then you'll have a deeper conversation. Business owners, they're busy. You're literally disrupting their day right now by calling them. And that's fine, but the last thing you want to do after doing that is to interrogate them with a bunch of discovery call questions. At this point, they haven't shown any interest, and you shouldn't start jumping into discovery call questions in a cold call. This is where you're going to talk about their business goals, what they've tried in the past, how they acquire customers, and what the missing pieces are in their strategy. Not when you call them up randomly at 11 a.m. on a Monday. So I say all this for two reasons. Number one, you don't put as much pressure on yourself to make that first call. And number two, you're now playing the rules of the game. It's going to be a 30-second cold call, not a discovery call, a meeting, or a pitch. Also realize that there's millions of business owners out there. If you stumble on your words, you get hung up on, it's okay. There's millions of others that you can go and cold call. It's fine. The next pillar I want to talk about is to have a plan. You want to have a list of names and numbers ahead of time to call. The last thing you want to be doing is doing research and then going and making a call, doing more research and going and making a call. You're going to get in your head, you're going to get an analysis paralysis, and it's a different mindset. Analytical research versus EQ, personal skills, and having a conversation. You shouldn't be flipping your brain to one side to the other. Just have a list ahead of time the night before, and then tomorrow when you go and make those cold calls, you can just sit there back to back and dial out a bunch of calls. The next pillar is scripting. So some of you may want a complete script that you can go on to make this cold call. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can have a script, but you're never going to be able to follow the script because the conversation is going to twist and turn. People are going to say things that are going to completely go off plan. So what should you do? You should script the first 5 to 10 seconds of your pitch. When I first started, I would simply have a sticky note on my computer monitor and I would say my name, why I'm calling, and what I'm looking for. Simply that. And then the conversation, I may have some bullet points of like what I want to make happen, reminders, set the next appointment, but I'm not scripting word for word what I'm going to say and have an infinite decision-making tree. If they say this, then I'm going to say that, because most likely they're not going to say any of those things. You're not going to be able to pre-script it, and you're going to completely waste your time and get in your head. So just script the first 5 seconds, the opening line. It's essentially your elevator pitch. If you got in the elevator with a business owner and they said, hey, what do? You have that pitch dialed in. That's the first 5 seconds of the conversation. From there, you're just trying to gain interest, and again, set the next appointment. Now in the SMMA Blueprint, our course, we have a discovery call script with all the questions, all the things you need to ask, but that's at a later time. That's not on the cold call. If you want to go back and hear my full pitch, check out some of the videos years ago when we were going back to back, making cold calls, wheeling and dealing on the phone. You can see us actually doing this. We're not just saying we built our business this way. This is exactly how we built our business. But some opening lines that I would say is typically, I wanted to get to the decision maker and who was running the social media. Some people might want to give their full agency pitch quickly, their elevator pitch. To me, I just wanted information. So if I didn't know who the business owner was or who was handling the social media for that business, I would simply say, hey, this is Derek DeMike with VTL. Had a quick question for you. I was curious, who runs the social media for XYZ business? And then I would just shut up. I would be quiet and I would listen to what they have to say. And they would say, oh, that's John that owns the social media, or that's Mary that owns the social media, or we don't have anybody. So depending on their response, I would be able to craft what I would say back to it. So if they did identify the person, I would say, oh, great. Are they available? I saw a couple things on the website and their Facebook page or Instagram, and I wanted to run it by them quickly if they had some time. And then try to get them on the phone. And if they're not available, have them take down your name and number, find their email, follow up with them, use the pick 2 method that we talk about in the blueprint, and then try to set that discovery call. And if they're not interested, just hang up. Call somebody else. You got a billion other people you can contact. Another thing that's going to help your confidence tremendously is reaching out to business owners that you know you can help. Most likely, if you're watching this video right now, you probably don't have a ton of experience cold calling or running an SMMA. So the last thing you want to do is go after these big chain establishments that have an amazing social presence. Their website's up to date. They've got mobile applications. They're all over the place. You as a new business owner shouldn't be reaching out to those people. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be stumbling on your words because you're punching above your weight. Now, if you find a business that isn't running ads on social, doesn't look like they've updated a post in the past 6 months, and maybe their website looks like it hasn't been updated since 2005, those are great first businesses to start with, because you know in your heart of hearts the information that you know about social media from watching these videos, from being a user of social media yourself. Anything that you do for this business is going to be moving them forward, is going to be helping them in the right direction. You don't want to set yourself up for failure by reaching out to these amazing brands right out of the gate. This is exactly what I did when I first started as well. And a final tip before you pick up the phone, think about this in your head. Be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. Don't think of the cold call as this big conversation where you need to have this big sales personality. Be yourself. Pick up the phone and talk to the business owner like you're talking to a friend. You don't need to change your personality. You don't need to be this extrovert when naturally you're an introvert. If you just simply call them, ask them a quick question, try to find the decision maker, and set that next appointment, you will have success cold calling. Look at most of the videos that you watch online when you see people making cold calls live. They're not necessarily closing deals, but what they are doing is they're generating interest and closing the next appointment. They might say, oh, I closed that deal, but they didn't sign the contract yet. There's work that needs to be done, which we talk about in the blueprint. But for this cold call, it's just simply generating interest and setting that next appointment. So be brief, be brilliant, and be gone is a mantra you should keep in your mind. If you're looking for one-on-one support, I highly recommend checking out the SMMABlueprint.com. It's the highest rated program with over 125 modules to start, grow, and scale your agency. That's how we got our 7-figure plaque here through our agency. And if you're looking for a step-by-step guide on how to start a social media marketing agency, check out this video here where I break down every step in 30 minutes or less. I'll see you over there.